Hi everyone, my name is Cameron and today we're doing another book review on the ABCs of making money. Last time was our first video in the channel, which was the Kameron channel once again, and now we are doing our second video, which will also be the ending of this book. I know it's 2 videos for this book already done very quickly. That's why you need to read the 4-hour work week. And so yeah, I did this within 2 days. 2 video days. Took me like 3 or 4 days in normal days, but it was still pretty quick. And so yeah, I completed this book, and like we always do, this will be a whole book in one video. I don't know what's after that, but so this will be the full review of the book and yeah, what's it about and stuff. Last time we got like 25% finished, and we're just gonna do the rest. So we're going to just speed through it, but we don't need to go that fast because it isn't like 300 pages. It's like 60 more to go, so I think it'll be pretty fine. And so yeah, last time we left off about, I'm pretty sure, actually, I'm not really too sure about where we left off at, but I know where we started. I think that's where we left off. We were talking about the guy who made dominoes and some other stuff, attitudes. So now we're going to be talking about kind of a self-check, but actually, okay, yeah, it's self-check. For the purpose of this book, what does the word attitude mean? I don't think we did this last time, maybe not, but I'm going to go through the check just to be safe. For the purpose of this book, what does the word attitude mean? Attitude is the way you think, like having a positive attitude. Positive and good attitude is kind of the same thing, and bad attitude is where you're thinking everything will go bad and you're mean and rude. Negative attitude is the same. Negative attitude and bad attitude is kind of different. You could have a negative attitude, but you might not be mean towards others. A bad attitude is where you're mean towards everybody, but you might still be slightly optimistic. Or positive attitude and a good attitude, you could be positive, but you might not be nice to others. Like to say, I'm going to do well, but maybe not you. But, yeah. How does your attitude affect your ability to make money? Your attitude will affect it a lot because it's pretty much the way you think. And if you think a lot about doing well and you put your mind to it, like having a good attitude towards wealth, then it could help you make money. So, definition of success is having freedom and wealth and being able to do whatever you want. Because what else would you want other than freedom, money, and happiness? And health. You want to live a long life too. Then you have, what is your definition of wealth? I think we talked about that last time. I'm not sure the same check. I know we missed a lot of stuff. I want to skip through some stuff that we talked about last time. Some people are more successful than others. It's usually a difference between one person is more positive, or just they have different mindsets. Like one person could be just as smart as the other, but one might be richer or more wealthy, since one of them could actually use their knowledge for something and others think they reached the top and stop moving. So the only difference, I'm pretty sure, would be the mindset. Like, if you had a good mindset, you will be rich. You can't have a good mindset and be poor, because if you're not wealthy and you have an extremely good mindset, then you don't have a good mindset because you wouldn't be in that situation. If you had a good mindset, you would want to get bigger and do better stuff. So, and I think that was pretty much all we missed through last time, so we did that. And we talked about self-made millionaires, and now we're going to be talking about the money snapshot, and which is pretty much, I think it's kind of a way to determine your income and expenses. So it's like a chart. Like, I think I did this before, and so it was money in part-time jobs, chores, allowance, business income, and investments, monthly total, how much you make in a month. It's usually not the same because if you sometimes invest, you have different numbers every month. But let's say you have like an average amount, then you just put in your monthly total. or just what it is for that month, and you get your money out, your expenses, your savings. Money out doesn't mean spending. That means just money. Where does it flow? Like money that you earn to go to buying, to your savings account, to all this other stuff. Rent, room and board, telephone or cell phone, internet, car repairs, and a bunch of other stuff like credit card, loans, groceries, eating out, laundry, school, entertainment, school or tuition fees, memberships, toiletries and all other stuff, gifts, church and donations, charities, and other. So then you just subtract them to see how much you're just making free money, like normal money. If it's positive, if it's negative, then you gotta take some money out somewhere. And if it's positive, that means you're doing okay. Would that be considered financial freedom if your money covers all your expenses and all your spending ones? But what if you have to keep working and you still can't?
That's not financial freedom.
Okay, so
you have passive income.
You have to have passive income that could support all of that.
Mm.
Okay, so yeah, the difference between financial freedom and not is passive income. Mm-hmm. So yeah, skip through a lot of stuff. We had a daily money monitor, like how much you spent on Monday and Friday. It would be kind of, sometimes people get lazy to mark down their expenses, how much they made in one day, because like having to fill it out every day would be really annoying. So they do a daily money monitor, so they write down how much you spend every day. I don't really do that every day, maybe a week, maybe a month. So yeah, and we're going to skip through a lot of stuff. And you have, now we're going to be talking about, not really a quote, I'm not sure if it's a quote, but something that they say. It's a bit of a sacrifice, but it's going to be worth it. So, you have to sacrifice when you're early and you can't do stuff, because, you can't do a lot of stuff when you're young. And you might as well use that time, because if you try to enjoy it, you can't enjoy at age 90. You can enjoy it, but it might not be as fun, because you can't run around and stuff. Or you can't enjoy it when you're like 10 because you're not allowed to drive anywhere and you can't go to whatever parties you want because your parents have to drive you. So you might as well sacrifice when you can't party, and in the end, when you're like a bit older, maybe 30, then it'll be so worth it. And that was just defining why you're doing this.
At this young age, right?
Yeah. Now we're talking about frugality in fashion. Frugal, last time we talked about, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right, I need Google Translate it or something, but frugality is in fashion, meaning when you're buying clothes, don't try to buy high-end stuff, like not that much, unless it's really required. Like maybe you have to buy some nice clothes, like pretty nice clothes to go to like an interview or something, or some important meeting, because of course you wouldn't go to a meeting in tank tops and shorts and all that. So yeah, just check on the price. Soon we're going to be talking about insurance. It said that you're not going to need it right now, but sometime in the future you're going to have to buy it. And it says this, like, the bright green, I read it because it's usually very important. It's kind of like a summary. Many insurance salespeople will try to sell you overpriced life insurances. Now, you need life insurance. That's one thing. So people take advantage of that. People say they need it, so we could sell at a price you want. Like, the market could control how much water costs. Like, they could mark up the water to like $1,000 a bottle, and we'll have to go with it because if every seller marked it up to $1,000, there's nothing we could do about it because it's a need. But there is a thing we could do about it because you could always go to another guy. But many insurance salespeople will try to take advantage of you and sell you overpriced life insurance. So just be careful. Just because it's a need doesn't mean you don't have to watch how much it costs. Because someone could be scamming you on needs too. So, taking credit for your wealth, meaning just don't take too much credit cards, because I usually when I read it, I saw it in a different way. I saw it when I first read that title. I was thinking, taking credit, meaning displaying your wealth, which means spending. Don't do that. But when I read closer, it says credit cards. Credit cards are taking your credit, in a way. I mean, I wasn't really expecting that because when I thought of credit, like, yeah. But instead, it was talking about, credit card will be taking your money away, pretty much, using credit. And there's another something about credit cards. They start charging interest on the interest charges. I mean, they just charge you a ton of interest. And all right, now we're talking about the pros and cons about credit cards. The pros is its convenience. It's just right there. You don't have paper. You could also drop a credit card, but it's just really convenient having access to like thousands of dollars in one hand without having to carry a bunch of it in cash or debit. So the con is that you could get into debt. I'm not saying you will get into debt, but you can. Like, you probably will. But because people won't be disciplined, like it's easier to spend $100 when swiping a card than actually getting a bunch of $20 bills. Because it's really hard to spend just pure cash that you worked hard for. Because when you're spending a credit card, you don't feel like it's your money. Like, it's not your money, but it's eventually going to be your money. You don't feel like it's yours because, come on, it's just plastic. But when it's just paper, something about it, it's harder to spend. So now as I'm talking about identity theft, be careful about all your passwords. Don't let anyone get access to it. I think a smart thing to do would not, I think something that wouldn't be smart is you should not have the same password for everything you do. Like, you shouldn't have, let's say your social security number is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably not 5 digits, but let's say it's that you don't use that same password for like your credit card, your email, and all that stuff. You should probably switch it up a little bit. And just be careful for all your passwords. And protect your PIN code.
And every time you use a public computer, after you enter your password, you make sure that you clean the cache. There's an option you clean the cache so that it won't stay on there when you use a public computer.
Well, I would be using a public computer though.
Sometimes you just go, you borrow your friend's computer, or you go in school, in lab, and you use a computer in school. You log in with your password. Make sure you always clean out your cache.
Okay, so now, actually no, I just skipped something. Fees and interest charges can amount to 600% per year, meaning just credit cards, they just charge a lot of interest. And the government will want to strip your earnings, which is pretty much taxes. They want some of your money. Not saying taxes are a bad thing. In a way, they kind of are, because of course it's your money. But then again, if it wasn't for your taxes, you wouldn't have a road or like a lot of other stuff, like bridges and stuff. So still pay your tax, but there's a way to pay less. Like, you can't pay $0, but there's a way to pay like $1.
Mm-hmm.
Like just
pay the fair amount, share amount.
Do it in a legal way.
Yeah, because people make more money, they pay more tax, and people don't make money, they pay less tax, but it's not fair because they use the road more than people make more money.
So yeah, just pay your fair share, but you can do it in a legal way that doesn't hurt the both of you.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about career choice and education and your income. Now I'm going to talk about these like a few career choices, and I'm going to start from small up in how much they make. I'm assuming per year. Administrative assistant would be around $33,000 a year. Administrative would be around $39,000. Office manager would be around $39,000. I'd expect them to make a lot more, but it depends on what type of manager you are. Office accountant would be around $45,000. Executive assistant would be around $46,000. Construction manager would be around $72,000, and a lawyer would make around $82,000. So sometimes they make a lot more, but it's just kind of the standard or the average one.
Entry level. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lawyer can make way more than that, or they can make a lot less if they're not that good at their job. So, we went through that, and some now it's talking about the ideal job and a lot about selling, but I think we already talked a lot about that in a bunch of other books. So, also, if you're watching this from YouTube, then you might want to visit Kenneth and Cameron, because you're likely to have missed a lot of stuff. Or will we be uploading a lot of my old videos onto there?
I tried to upload into your Kameron Pham, but then they have some kind of size limit, so I wasn't able to upload it. So I upload in Cam right now. Yeah, until
Wait, so my videos right here are going to Kenneth and Cameron.
Yeah, Ken and Cameron still, because I tried to upload into your personal one, but then it didn't work because they have a capacity set on your account. I don't know why.
But why?
Yeah, so they say the video is too large. So I have to figure that out first.
But why? Well, anyways,
I have to find out first.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. But we're going to upload this soon. So for now, just go on to Kenneth and Cameron. It's going to be there. My mom will let you know once it will be on actual Cameron. I think it's kind of just sitting there with no videos right now, but so yeah. Okay. You become a millionaire without doing any work. True but not true. True but not true. The truth is you do have to do a little when you get sacrifices when you're younger. So in a way, you do have to do some work in your life. The true is that when you have passive income, you could make millions without doing work.
But you have to set it up at the beginning, so you have to put in the work to set it up.
Saying that you could become a millionaire without doing any work at all. But you can't, not really, because at one point you gotta do some work.
Yeah,
like,
you have to
like
start
set
beginning.
up some stuff.
Yeah,
At the beginning you have to do some work. So I'm not sure if they meant when you're already a millionaire, you don't have to do any work, or when you're at zero, you could not work at all and become a millionaire. Whatever it is, I'm not really sure.
When you already have a lot of money, then you don't have to do any work because your money can work for you. It's like a soldier, you know. You have a lot of soldier, then you don't have to do any work. But if you haven't built the soldier, then you have to do your own work.
So we're talking about a lot of taxes, evaluating a financial advisor. Now you have to know which one that fulfills your interests. And first, they need to understand your specific needs and all your buildings and wealth, like what you want, like your goals in a way. That they will not make sure that they don't try to sell you stuff, or something because it has a higher commission level, and they will always review your points, and you just have to have standards for them. It's a certified financial planner. They need to be able to respond quickly to all of your questions in a respectful manner, because if they're not respectful, then they could put you down. They need to provide you an understandable record of your investments, because that's readable, and they have to clearly tell you in writing how they'll be paid for the services, like how you'll pay them, and that they have never been associated with any crimes in the past. Because, of course, you don't want a criminal to be handling your money plans. So, now we're going on to a lot of financial or investment advisors. You have Google Finance, Motley Fool, Vanguard Funds, and T. Rowe Price. I don't know what that one is. So, yeah, those are some. And now we're going on to the teen who just wanted to pay for college. Well, it was kind of similar to Domino's. He kind of just wanted to pay to go to his college and ended up buying a pizza shop, but he didn't go to college because it took too long to run. It's pretty much the same thing, but with Subway. And I think his name was Fred DeLuca, whatever it is. So, just before the final step, you have to review what we discussed. What does frugality mean to you? It means being cautious for spending and not being too frugal. Too frugal meaning not willing to invest. You want to be able to spend your money because that's how life works, but you don't want to spend all this stuff. So you have to have some level of frugality. And what are some most common rip-offs? Insurance. And there's a lot of stuff we're going to skip, but what's life insurance for? It's going to insure your life, pretty much. So yeah, I skipped a lot of stuff, but Now we're going on to the creation of money. First, started talking about pretty much all the successful people have one thing in common. They have a passion. You know, Warren Buffett has a passion for stocks, and Bill Gates, I think he has a passion for like technology or something.
Technology, of course, yeah.
Same thing for Steve Jobs. And who else is out there? Like
Mark,
Elon Musk. They all had something to do with technology. So that's kind of why technology is pretty big nowadays. I can't really think of that many rich people from technology other than the Rockefeller family. Because I don't think they use that much technology. But once again, it's like oil and stuff. But
what is your passion?
Huh?
For you, what do you know what your passion is yet?
I don't know yet. I still having to think. But there's a lot of stuff here. Traveling and cycling, the obvious answer was to combine the two, which was just travel the world once you become wealthy. Now, pretty much already, at this point, they're assuming, like, how would be the life of a millionaire. If you don't know, then just go onto the Millionaire Next Door. It's just the same thing. Making $1 million, it doesn't need to be complicated, but it can be, and you could be a young millionaire. I don't know who the youngest millionaire is, maybe really young, but I'm not sure if it counts if your parents transfer $1 million into account and then withdraw it. Technically, you're a millionaire for like 3 seconds, so. We're talking about a lot of people, but I mean, they have really similar stories. Youth entrepreneurship, and these, like this woman who's, like these very young, people who started selling like jewelry and stuff and all that, beads, necklaces. Passions. They had a passion for necklaces or beads, whatever it is. Maybe it's a wristband. I can't really see, but you have business ideas of baking stuff. You could design a personalized greeting card of T-shirts or random stuff. Make jewelry like what they did. Grow and sell vegetable gardens and fruit. Kind of like a farmer. Make kids lunches. I have no clue how that works. Maybe you can make a business that designs food packs or something.
Lunchable.
I don't know. I think only like 2 companies made that successful. I know one of them is Lunchables. Maybe I don't know. Like it's probably gonna be pretty hard. I wouldn't do that. Maybe you can, but make gift baskets or special occasions. That might work. But for me, I think that will only work on Christmas and stuff. But who knows? It's probably gonna be every day is someone's birthday. So. Manage a lemonade, slushy, popcorn, a candy apple stand. I would not suggest that right now, as when the virus is around. And so, I don't think that's no longer a thing. I know this book is kind of old, maybe not. Do you think it's still the trend to set up lemonade stands?
Look at the date of that book. It's a long time ago. Now the best way is online. Online, you can make more money than just sell it to local.
I
online.
think, 2016. So it's actually pretty new. So
online is best right now.
Yeah, you could do lemonade if you want. Maybe for starters, but you're probably not going to become extremely rich off of it. At least not yet, unless you make a regular store. You know, regular store is just a really big lemonade stand, if you think about it. So, we have, and you have making crafts, candles, and toys. That might work. Design clothes, accessories, hats, scarves, and belts. Yeah. Tattoos and face paintings, and make costumes, Halloween costumes and stuff. So that was that. And there was a lot of stuff about random people making plastic, guitars, and starting like music companies and entrepreneurship and a bunch of that. Now we're going to talk about the trends of entrepreneurship and how you rate yourself. I believe that taking reasonable risks is what life is about. I would say, yeah, I agree with that. I always try to be the best, fastest, or first at whatever I do. I like being first. I want to be so much successful, it dominates my daily thoughts. I always kind of think about, I want to be rich one day, but I believe failure is not an option. Maybe 4 out of 5. I'm still kind of scared of some stuff. Hopefully I'll break that later, but I'll double my efforts to respond to my setbacks. I did it sometimes. as long as I have a really strong motivation, I'll do it. Like, I used to wake up at like 12, and I started waking up at 4 all of a sudden. So that was at one point. I don't do it yet because I kind of stopped because I don't really have a reason yet. So unless there's like a bigger motivation, then I could maybe do it. So I often get so focused on projects that I forget everything else. That only happens whenever something's very important. That happens a lot to me. I believe that despite any obstacles, I will succeed. There's a lot of hard stuff. I respond well under situations of pressure and stress. I perform well under pressure. I don't like it though. I don't like performing under pressure, but somehow I could pull it off. Like, I don't know why, but so I don't like working under pressure. But if I have to, then it'll be perfectly fine. So I can reduce the risk and stabilize the situation. Maybe. I'm not sure about that yet. I'm seen by others adventurous, ambitious, energetic, optimistic. I'm not sure about adventurous. I don't do too much crazy stuff. So other than that, I'm pretty sure I'm past other parts. I do a lot of stuff outdoors, but I'm not the person that you would ask to go, like, bungee jumping or something. So, entrepreneurship skill, buying stuff at low price, making stuff, organizing. This is just a bunch of lists. And I think I'd better just finish summarizing this book. That was pretty much the last 10 pages. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this book is not really about a specific topic. But I would say the topic in one sentence would be, no matter what age you are, you could always become successful. Yeah, in one word, I would say, gosh, that would be hard to describe it in one word.
What's the takeaway from this book? Mm-hmm.
I just said it.
Yeah.
I kind of just said it.
Oh, okay.
I just want to repeat it. No matter what age you are, you can always become successful. That's why it's about teens. They wrote it because teens think that they can't become rich because they're so young. But they can. And that's what the book has taught us and me. So, yeah, that's my takeaway. I'm not sure how to describe it in one word yet. Maybe, I don't really know. Maybe I'll think about it. Maybe next video I might tell you because I'm not really sure.
What are 3 steps to freedom you learned from this book?
First, you had to create income, make money. You also had to take some risks and get past obstacles, and because it's risky to get past obstacles, and also just saving and being frugal. So, and also, I think I skipped there at one point, but I do remember a savings account is one step above from a cookie jar or a piggy bank. I still have a piggy bank. I'm still trying to empty it. Not empty it and expend it, but you put it into a savings account or something. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something. Last video on this book. I know it's pretty quick. It will be uploaded to the Kameron channel. Make sure you visit Kameron Pham blog because I did end up finishing my 4-hour work week. And you might want to see that. I'm going to polish it today. And I have another book. I'm done with this book. And we're moving on to Set for Life. We started a little bit so far, and it's about what you need to be set for life. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. See you guys next time. Bye for now.